Hello and welcome to another game of the Netolic Pro League. It is the East version right now, and we're gonna be seeing the third game between MUFC and April Fool's Day, which is AFD, sitting on the side of the Radiant this game under the name of Despicable Me 2. And they are the ones responsible for knocking SheeverGaming out to the losers bracket, and MUFC making it to this winners bracket finals after knocking Orange down to the losers bracket. And those two teams are also the two teams that are sitting there in the lowers bracket, and they are forced to go up against each other to decide who is going to be going up against the loser of this best out of three, to decide which one will face the winner of this best out of three in the grand finals, which I've been told will be probably happening at the 5th of May. So make sure you don't miss that. And of course, if you want to check out these brackets for yourself, you go to ghosttogamers.net and you find yourself this game and click on the brackets link that is inside. And of course, also for this matchup, for the Netolic Pro League, all games that they have, if you sit yourself in a raid call ID 2013, you just type that in the search bar, you can make yourself win some prizes, because those prizes are given out to everybody just in there. Everybody has a chance to win, and you get mice, headsets, keyboards and mouse pads, and those are of course free to win. So just head yourself over to there, not only of course to win prizes, but also to show your support. And we're going to be seeing MUFC getting their hands on a lone druid once again, and this time the Magnus is going to be on their side. They weren't that successful with that in game number 1, as they lost with the Magnus then, but maybe they're going to be a bit more lucky in game number 3, as we have got the Bat Rider and the Rubik getting banned out together with the Nyx Assassin and the Shadow Demon once again. The Life Stealer there for making it through and getting them himself a first pickup for AFD. And actually Magnus has got 100% loss rate for all games that we saw today in the Netolic Pro League. That is basically only this best out of 3 though, but he has been on the losing side of things. And we're gonna see if that's gonna be continuing on that way, or if he can finally get himself a win. Queen of Pain this time picked up on the side of AFD, as we saw him last time being played by MUFC. This time though not the case, and Lashrak of course to combine that up with the Life Stealer, open wounds into a split earth. Very solid, very nice. And it is going to be MUFC that's going to decide if they're already going to be giving away what they're going to be doing with their lanes, or if they're going to be going for that support, as in Lina or Jakiro or something, or Visage, the hero that we have seen banned out all the time. So far, AFD has basically banned out both games so far, and Visage now being picked up, so that's going to be their support. Does give some space to ban out the support that combine up nicely with the Visage, like maybe a Keeper of the Light, maybe that Lina or a Jakiro. But that's already 3 heroes that I said, and there's only 3 bans. So the question is, do they actually want to be banning those out, or do they want to give a ban to the Juggernaut, for example, as we saw Juggernaut Lone Druid combination in the previous game, and I doubt that AFD wants to face that again, because the push that comes from that combo is just deadly, and they don't want to be dealing with that, I think. So maybe we're going to be seeing that getting banned out, as we have got on the side of AFD, I mean, they've got a mid, they've got a carry that can go for a safe lane or an aggressive tri lane, but they still need an offlaner for them. We might have a ban out for the Weaver. I actually thought that MUFC was going to be the one to ban that out instead, knowing that the first pick goes to AFD, and they played the Weaver in the first game very successfully. And well, apparently they don't want to be doing that again, and they don't want to be facing it either, so they themselves ban it out. And that will allow MUFC to ban out some other things, like other offlaners that they don't want to be facing. I mean, Darkseer still in the pool, for example. That is one of those heroes that you might not want to be facing, especially not if you think you already have your offlane ready and you don't really want to have a Darkseer yourself. But we'll find out that sooner or later. I mean, also something to keep in mind is that team fight-wise, MUFC definitely having the upper hand in the form of a Magnus RP. Queen of Pain Lashrak also having some AoE abilities, but they might be wanting to complement that with another team fight hero. We might see MUFC banning that out. But the first one to get banned out is support. It is going to be the Keeper of the Light, an anti-pusher at heart, and that is something that MUFC does not want to deal with. If they want to be going on to doing the same thing as they did earlier, just started pushing at around the 20-minute mark, then that Keeper of Light would be deadly if they have that. Your voice volume is low. That's not good. I didn't change the volume. I hope it is better right now. I actually put the microphone just a bit closer to my mouth. Maybe that helps. Maybe that helps indeed. As I can't be heard in Dota TV, unfortunately, but there are tickets available for this competition. They might want to pick that up to support the organizers. We have got the Tinker getting banned out. We saw the Tinker banned out in the previous, in the first game actually as well. Also up against MUFC. Don't really want to face too fucking good Tinker, I guess. It's just too fucking good. And the next ban incoming from MUFC, is it gonna be Darkseer? Yes it is. As expected, as explained already. And the last ban incoming from AFD, I'm kind of surprised they haven't banned out the Juggernaut already. I mean, I'm kind of expecting MUFC to get that if they get the chance. But maybe, just maybe, AFD wants to pick up the Juggernaut for themselves. But that would require them to offlane or to safe lane Lifestealer or Juggernaut, one of the two. I think either could be working out. We have actually seen offlane Lifestealers before, so that can be an option, as it is the Night Stalker that gets banned out there. Interestingly enough, assuming they still need a mid laner. Well, actually, Lifestealer in Asian scene, mostly that I've seen it, he's been on aggressive tri lanes, but not with all that much success. So an interesting ban coming out, as I'm kind of unsure that what MUFC is going to ban out now. Maybe they are even thinking about banning out that Juggernaut purely because they know that they banned out the Bane instead. I was gonna say they know that otherwise AFD might have banned it out if they weren't wanting to pick it up themselves.
Juggernaut.
There we go. And that is indeed a Juggernaut picked up. And actually, I mean, with the bans, it makes perfect sense, because if you don't want to be facing it, you're gonna ban it out, and they didn't want to face it and they didn't ban it out, so they want to pick it up themselves. But I kind of curious to see how their lanes are gonna be run right now. As with the Bane last ban from MUFC, Bane actually a hero that is very nice against a Lifestealer. Of course, to hold him in place. Same thing goes for Juggernaut. I mean, he might not have a BKB, but he does have a Blade Fury, which basically does the same thing. And he can be holding the Fiend's Grip while he does that. So now the only thing that they have against those kind of heroes is the Entangle and the RP. Of course, not nothing, definitely not nothing, but you have to get lucky for one, and you only have a limited amount of RPs to use, considering the cooldown is quite massive. But we are gonna be seeing the next picking coming from MUFC. They're ticking into their bonus time for this one, actually. We could still see them picking up a carry as well as a support. Support with the disable could be quite needed. We still have a Lina in the pool if they really want that, but I'm kind of thinking maybe more in the lines of a Shadow Shaman. But if Visage normally says aggressive tri-lane, and aggressive tri-lane wise, Sand King would definitely be better with it. Well, I say be better, you have got that solid disable and more team fight to go through that RP, but you do put yourself in danger when you burrow strike, so it might be counterproductive. But we'll see how that's gonna go, because they needed something with the disable, they got something with the disable, and they've got some extra team fight to boot, because that is the thing that they're gonna be trying to excel in compared to AFD. As we're still waiting for the last pickup now for AFD. AFD have got themselves all lanes sorted, basically. They need a support if they're gonna go for an aggressive tri-lane and send Juggernaut or Lifestealer on the safe lane. And another support that works well with the Leshrac could be something with a solid stun. Vengeful Spirit even could work out very nicely. But anything kind of works out, because you don't even need that solid stun. You have got that open wound, so something that has a lot of burst damage might work out better. Now, I'm not saying Lina, because you already have the Leshrac, though the potential's still there. I'm not really saying what I'm saying. It's just so open. Everything is possible for them. Maybe the Sand King would have been best because of that team fight potential, but Sand King already in the hands of MUFC, and they kind of denied it, therefore, to AFD, and they have to think of something else. Now, Earthshaker is still there, but Earthshaker doesn't play the same kind of role as a Sand King. I mean, his Fissure is definitely brilliant, but Magnus can just screw himself over. Sand King can burrow strike himself under, and it is gonna be the Venomancer that they want to have, and this is actually looking as two dual lanes, mostly because Juggernaut Venomancer combination, that's a pop combination, and that is something that is pop combination for a reason, because it is just fairly strong. And we're going to be seeing what they're going to be doing with their lanes. If it's going to be a Lifestealer Leshrac lane and a Juggernaut Venomancer lane, or if they're going to be setting Lifestealer on the safe lane with the Juggernaut going to be the one to combine up with Leshrac and a Venomancer, or if the I mean, the potential is still for either to be going on that safe lane and either to be going on that aggressive lane. As we're going to be seeing maybe even Queen of Pain on the aggressive lane and then another dual lane mid. It could be possible. It is all possible. Or Juggernaut solo mid, aggressive trial lane, solo lane, Queen of Pain. It's all possible. There are so many different potential lanes right now for AFD that I kind of like it. I kind of like what they're doing right there. MUFC thinking about their last pickup. Should still need a carry. Then have their lone druid on the off lane or on the suicide lane, and then the tri lane with maybe a Windrunner. Maybe they're going to be farming up something else. Maybe farming up the Sand King. But Windrunner there is going to be a nice one to have to also counter push should it be happening, should the push be happening. And of course, Windrunner is in this case, looking at who picks it up, going to be the carry. It is Ari that picks it up. MUFC on the dire side for the second time in this matchup. It is going to be Ari playing the Windrunner, and he will be going onto the top lane most likely together with the rest of his team. We'll see Winter on the Sand King going for a support Sand King. Too fucking good on his Magnus this time, and FZ going to be playing that lone druid. And last pickup is going to be, or last one, yeah, it's going to be Ling on the Visage. That's the only one that I hadn't had yet, and that's the entire team of MUFC coming from Malaysia going to the top lane, as we are seeing the entire Singaporean team going to the bottom lane, and they have got themselves smoked up. Though they won't be able to find anything. We see Ken playing the Lifestealer this game, KS on the Venomancer. We're going to be having Rave Blue, and that's actually the one that has been playing their off lane the whole time, so might be going for a solo safe lane here, or maybe still an off lane, but he's going to be playing the Juggernaut. It is going to be the name that I cannot pronounce, with the nice Queen of Pain wings. That's right, he has the legendary wings. How about that? They look also kind of cool. Wouldn't you say so? Wouldn't you say so? Anuxie outdone herself. I do believe there are Anuxies anyways. But yeah, that is gonna be the name that I cannot pronounce, going towards the middle lane, and it's gonna be Ken on the Lifestealer going towards the top lane. Let's see where the supports are gonna go though. KS of course, and also the name that I don't know, the one that wants to see Xiao 8 versus someone else on the best out of 3. Gonna be playing the Leshrac as a support. So this is a safe trial lane for now with the Juggernaut there. Lifestealer on the off lane. We have seen this before in the Asia, or actually only in the European scene. I have to say, I don't think it was all that successful though, but with the rage there, Ken has got himself a bit of an escape mechanism there, and the question is it going to be enough escape? Because, I mean, the Burrow Strike can be dodged by a raise. Grave Chill will still be slowing, I believe, so that is still going to be a pretty tough lane for him to be dealing with. And on the bottom lane, looks like that FC knows that it's a pretty tough lane for him to be dealing with. He's not going to be leaving the comfort of his tower and just lets the bear do the hard work with the Invis rune. He actually has the Invis rune almost running out, so that is nice. There we go. And is going to just be able to pull the lane back, and just in time also, because he wouldn't have any way to get rid of the Invis rune on the bear. But that is going to be the Grief Wave being stopped, going to be able to take down the neutrals, and that is going to be Leshrac making good use of that bear, as well, that will mean that the lane will be pushed out, not in favor of the lone druid. But maybe the bear can pick up the next wave. He's gonna try it. Well, he is gonna be in a constant battle using that, as we have Lifestealer actually rotating to the jungle, knowing that he can't do that much top. It's too dangerous for him to do that. And yeah, that's gonna be that. And by the way, the reason why Venomancer would be nice in this case is because of the counter push that you can do with the wards. If you know that your opponent is going to start pushing fairly early, those wards will make sure that there's not going to be a creep wave very much longer. Those wards, of course, having piercing damage. And more importantly, you have got a Gale, after which Leshrac can get a stun pretty securely, 50% slow, not to be messed with, and Juggernaut can Blade Fury quite safely and should be able to get himself a kill if the Gale hits, and if Rave Blue is in range. That should be able to get a kill, as we have a bit of lag inside the game, but I believe that is just me being on a Singaporean server. As we are indeed on a Singaporean server, and I'm not in Singapore, surprisingly. In the meantime, we have got a push on the bottom lane. They tried to go for the lone druid, but with this push, actually, we have got FC getting himself a level 2. He has to be careful though, because one stun, one kill could mean the end. It is the bear that comes through. Bear is also going to be able to stay alive this time though, and there is actually a resummon should he not survive, but he is going to be able to survive. Queen of Pain sitting on 6 for 5 with 7 for 1 up on too fucking good. He is definitely getting ahead on the Magnus, considering he also just went for a rune, so all the last that Queen of Pain just had were just results of TFG just not being there to harass him. Quite surprising to see Magnus getting a ahead on the lane with the Queen of Pain. Normally you would see that being vice versa, because Queen of Pain should be triumphing over Magnus in the lane. And of course we can compare the Windrunner up to the Juggernaut, as we have got the Windrunner sitting on 18 for 7 while Juggernaut is sitting on 11 for 0. He is being forced to last it under his tower and he is not happy with it, and it shows. He is definitely not that happy with it. He is behind on last hits compared to the Windrunner, though I have to say farm on the Juggernaut means more than farm on the Windrunner, but it depends. Like if Ari is still gonna go for the normal Windrunner items, like getting a mech up, getting a 4-staff up, if you get those items up fast enough and you're gonna be trying to go for pushes, that mechanism can make all the difference in the world. It might just be enough for the team to be able to make it through that time zone where you want to try and go for pushes and want to try and take the game, and a mechanism can allow you to do that. As we've got the Queen of Pain harassing too fucking good a bit. He is sitting on 15 for 2 while Queen of Pain sitting on 14 for 6, so they have evened themselves out. We've got Lifestealer moving back towards the top lane, level 3 now, having 1 level in each of his spells, has got the Rage to get away, has got an Open Wounds to slow someone down should it be needed, and of course can just run for his life, if needed. Life, even. And where do I think the first blood is going to be? Well, it's either going to be the bear that overextends, although I doubt that he is going to be doing that. Or is it going to be someone else here that tries to overextend to get the lone druid instead? As the push goes on, the wards being placed, the edict level 2 already there, so they really want to be giving it their all. There is still a fortification if they really want to use it. Maybe try to get a denying with it. Well, no, they don't. They just wanted a fortification when it's there. And the bear is gonna be able to last hit a bit now, though. FC actually getting some experience because of this push, which is quite nice for him. But the tower will still get dropped. And it's actually the one siege creep that got still the last hit, and that is gonna be a kill soon in the mid lane, I would guess. Be that the Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave or the Magnus with the RP that he almost has. One of them is about to want to use it, unless there's going to be an entangle. There's no level 5 up actually, no entangle just yet on the bear, but look at the harassment. There is of course a level 2 healing ward, so it does help out, but it's still pretty dangerous. If self actually goes off, the bear in some trouble. You're gonna get an edict. Tower already down to half HP. That edict damage really doing his job properly. And it's been a while since I've seen a Leshrac going for edict over anything else. So it's kind of interesting to see, and it still works. I mean, there's been some changes, but to push towers this way, in this fashion, it is still successful, of course. As we're now going to be checking out the net worth, because with all this tower gold going on, there's going to be a big change in the gold graph soon. With the tier 2 tower dropping. I mean, of course all this pushing is gonna give Rave Blue a bit less last hits, because he is not getting last hits if the tower gets, if the creep wave gets pulled past the tower. But there is gold damage, tower gold getting up on their heroes right now, as we have got both the Queen of Pain and the Juggernaut sitting very high up on the net worth. They are being kept up to pace with the. They are keeping up pace with the Windrunner. The Windrunner, though, picked herself up some phase boots. Indeed, picked herself up also a ring of regen. So might indeed be trying to go for either a mech or a 4-staff. I mean, 4-staff, you always want a 4-staff, so wouldn't be surprised to see that. We have got the haste rune up on the Magnus, going for that RP, and let's see, it gets a blink away first, so not going to be able to get that. And the supports would have been there if the RP would have hit, but that RP, bit too much hesitation, and that's the first blood. Actually, that's a dive. Lone Druid going down in his own base. Juggernaut using his ulti for that. It's gonna get skewered. It's gonna almost go down though. Shockwave, one more hit needed. Is he gonna get that though? I don't think so. The healing ward gets dropped down, as we have got a Ling getting stunned up by the Leshrac. Leshrac might give his life for his carry, but would be worth it if he does do so, and he does do so. Goes down as a second kill of the game. MUFC getting 1 return kill for their offlane. But look at how close they got. They didn't do any damage to the tower, well, 7 damage, but that's really nothing. But they did get the kill. In the meantime, it is Winter that's being left alone, and instantly we see Ken going for those open wounds, maybe trying to go for something up on that Windrunner. Winter on level 8 though, and Ken sitting on level 5 is a big difference. And not something you really want to be going into right now when you're by yourself. Even though if he would have gotten her low enough, the TPs would have of course come, and he would have been able to try and get a kill there, as we have got Queen of Pain never using her Sonic Wave just yet. I might be trying to go for something on Ling right now. Ling level 5, Queen of Pain level 8. Might be enough burst damage to take her down, but again, that tower, those TPs are gonna come in if she does try something, and you don't really want to be giving your life for a support Visage, or do you? No, you don't. Illusion Rune is gonna be on the bottom lane by the looks of it. Yep. Queen of Pain getting unlucky. And I say unlucky because there is actually no wards up for AFD right now. None whatsoever. The only 2 wards that are up are Invasion. They're covering both the rune spots right now. And this one actually still fairly new. The other one also fairly new actually. So they have got some vision for a while to come. There's 1 sentry ward below just to check if they saw the supports coming in, but they don't see that. They do know that there's of course supports missing from the map. Not just supports, but the Juggernaut as well. Juggernaut has got his ulti up again in 17 seconds.
Dire's top tower is under
as we've got ourselves the mechanism as the first item, so it's gonna be that pushing that I was talking about, that they want to be starting off real soon, and they kind of have to, because right now they're letting themselves be pushed a bit into a corner. I mean, the corner is still very far away, the actual corner, but they are still getting pushed into a position that is not really beneficial for them. Windrun away Ferrari, and that is gonna be maybe a tier 1 tower being given away. I mean, the push just continues. You have got everything apart from the Queen of Pain, who's still farming mid here on the top lane, and that Edict is gonna help out so much. The healing ward as well, and I mean, Venomancer is already setting up his wards because he knows what's coming. He knows that he needs to help clean out that next creep wave real fast, and he is gonna indeed be doing that. Blade Fury will help out with that as well. Just try to keep the creep wave entirely alive so that they can push this down. There's gonna be a defense incoming though. Power Shot will try to help out, trying to force the creep wave away. Anyway, the ward is being countered instantly, as we have got too fucking good. He does not have a blink dagger, but he does have an RP. And they do back out from it, even though the tower is still going fairly low. Ling getting it on the slash. Juggernaut though getting RP'd, and he is gonna be trying to Blade Fury out. I don't think he can do so though. Winter coming in actually misses a burst strike while he was still Blade Furying. The Power Shot also misses. It is KS that is still taking a lot of damage. Will be going down by the Skewer of the Magnus. It is Ken that is thinking about turning this around, but he has to run, and he still has his rage. Uses it also to get himself away. In the meantime, Queen of Pain thinking about still going in from the side, of course she wasn't there for that entire fight. But it was too late, didn't do anything, and that is gonna be 1 for 0. Juggernaut though staying alive, very surprising, as he got RP'd. He got a bit in over his head with that Omni Slash, but got himself out alive without getting any kills to his name. Okay, but only losing a Venomancer is not really that big of a deal, as KS is just gonna go back towards the tier 1 tower and start building up his army of wards, because he needs to stop this push from happening, because what they're thriving on right now is gold advantage gotten on the bottom lane. And as you can see, that gold advantage, even with 2 towers, or 1 tower in total actually, still in favor of AFD, they're losing that gold advantage, and that is not really good. You need to continue to have that gold advantage, as we are going to be able to see hopefully them defending their tower, hopefully for AFD anyway. Leshrac is going to be the one to also help out, maybe with the Split Earth. He doesn't have lightning though, and lightning is the one that you want to have for counter pushing, but he doesn't have that. There are of course TPs on their carries though to TP them back to the top lane if they want to take a fight. Queen of Pain does also have a TP. It's about time, I think, that she should be going into a fight, definitely with that haste rune just picked up, might be able to help out. And I mean, they know the RP is on cooldown. Just keeping myself hydrated here. Hydrated, that's a word, yeah. As we're still waiting for Winter to reconnect. He is not there, and he is actually not yet level 6. Look at that. Though I do say that the supports of AFD are just a lot lower than the supports of MUFC. There is a 1.5 level difference, I guess. There is of course a Winter who's not level 6 just yet. A Visage though is level 6, does have his familiars hanging around somewhere. There they are. and is gonna be able to use them and get those extra stuns in, of course. And both Shrek and Venomancer are, of course, not really doing that well, and they haven't really been. Well, they don't really have those ultis that at level 6 are gonna be making a huge ass difference. But for Venomancer, it's definitely important to get those levels up, especially if you're gonna be counter warding this much. Oh, they will be able to pick up a tier 1. Yeah, they will be. The bear comes in to deliver the final blow. There we go. Blade Fury going through. Rave Blue, what are you gonna do? Oh my god, that rhymes. Shackle doesn't latch. And we have got them backing off, but they lost their tower. Something that those familiars can do real fast. If you have got all those 7 stacks up yet and they have it again, I mean, the damage is just quite big that comes out from them, and they might try to do the same thing in the mid lane right now. But Ken, in the meantime, farming. He hasn't been getting that much there on the top lane, so he's just trying to catch up, trying to get his farm up. As we see, his net worth is not too bad. You can compare it to the Lone Druid's ones. He's still a bit behind the Lone Druid, with the towers now being even, so I mean, fair enough. Well, 100 gold difference, so actually fairly even. But he needs more. He needs, of course, that armlet up before he can actually do some damage there. As we have got familiars scouting out where the Venomancer is. Tier 1 tower looks to be the target for MUFC. Looking to be going for that tier 1 mid. They have got the bear, they've got the familiars, and they've got Visage, they've got everything they want. Gale comes through from the sidelines, and the TP as well, gonna be in there, and is gonna be getting Ken here. Queen of Pain jumping himself in and also running himself out with the haste rune again. Open wounds, gonna be hitting up on the Magnus. He can turn around with an RP though, but doesn't want to. Impale or Burrow Strike, actually Shrek gonna get bursted down. Magnus picking up the kill, and Tangles not gonna be stopping the Juggernaut from getting away. He will be able to Blade Fury himself out of that place. Sonic Wave from the side doesn't do that much, and the mechanism making all the difference. Well, I guess Sonic Wave still cleaned out the Visage. Shockwave doesn't clean out KS just yet, but those familiars will. And that is Visage still getting a kill even though he's dead. Shackle doesn't latch on Ken. He has to be careful that Entangle is around the corner, but the Berserk is first. Entangles, you are needed. Entangles not gonna be getting it. Split Earth on the bear. Edict gonna be put up as well. With the bear the one to take most of the damage, but it's 2 for 4. MUFC keeping the control of this fight. They don't get the tower just yet though, but they don't really lose any key players. They lost that Visage, that is about it, and that is all that you really... I mean, you can just lose that Visage. He still had the familiar, still played a role in the fight, and the push just continues. Blade Fury trying to do what he can, but what can he do? What can he do really? The creep wave is gonna be cleaned up. Bears gonna be helping to take down this tower. Beast modes on all the... Like, they have a lot of beasts here. Is Windrunner? Windrunner is the... Oh no, there's not... Well, if Lone Druid is turned into a bear, then Windrunner is the only humanoid, so she's like... She's like Cinderella, right? Is it Cinderella? Yeah, Cinderella talks to animals. There we go. I don't think Cinderella was red-headed. Oh well. Awkward. I know. Just something that my brain came up with just a moment ago. And then my brain sends it to my mouth and I just spew it out even though I don't really know what I'm saying. But that's okay. It's okay. The tier 1 tower of course goes down. That's all tier 1s going down on the side of AFD. And MUFC basically doing the same thing as I did previous game. Just having that pressure on constantly. And just getting those pushes going. And they can. Those familiars, you should really not underestimate them. Their initial damage with their 7 stacks still on there. It is quite big for those familiars, so well, we're gonna be seeing if the supports of AFD are gonna be getting their levels up a bit, because they're still not level 6. They are trying to catch up a bit. They are almost there actually. Well, apart from the Venomancer who only just got level 6, he has got himself some brown boots. Item wise, we actually have Queen of Pain building towards a BKB as first item by the looks of it. It's gonna be needed as well because she needs to have something to stop getting shackled, burrow striked, etc. She'll still have the RP of course, but it's not gonna be as much as there otherwise would have been. We have got the Juggernaut who also doesn't have that many items just yet. He's got 1k gold, he's got himself the Bacillus, but that is about it in terms of items. I mean, well, Bacillus, I can't even mention that. I can mention his boots, but you can see it too. I mean, it's just not that much. Just not that much, even though he hasn't died yet. He is just not doing that well on the gold graph. You can see it there too. Queen of Pain is the highest there. And Queen of Pain also hasn't been able to do that much just yet. Looks like Roshan is gonna be the choice for MUFC, while still having the Magnus on the top lane, the TPs, they might be there. The Blink Dagger is there upon the Magnus. Question is if he's actually gonna try. No, he's not. He's just gonna let it happen and just gonna be giving up his tier 1 for a Roshan kill. And that is something at least that AFD is gonna get in return for that Roshan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to get anything whatsoever. And we take a look at MUFC. What are they building? We've got the Sand King with him getting himself some mana boots. Ling has got himself mana boots as well. We have of course already seen the mechanism, and still goes for the Force Staff as well. So pretty standard build with Lone Druid on his bear, having his armlet completed. And that is going to be a tier 2 tower getting pressured on the top lane, while Queen of Pain trying to do what she can, cleaning out the jungle of the enemy jungle. While Ling might actually be able to do something, and the blink away is there. Is there going to be a grave still? No vision. Now the vision is there. And that is going to be Familiars looking for a stun, perhaps actually going to be stopped there, and a bit of miss micro there, and that is going to be Queen of Pain getting himself away into safety. And of course the last one that I didn't check the items up, but what I just said already is the Magnus that has got himself the Blink Dagger, so pretty nicely done. As Queen of Pain, yeah, actually his net worth is getting better and better with the towers now going down, and that is going to be... There's gonna be his BKB almost ready. The question is, like, is it gonna be enough? It's a defensive item, and why would you build... Well, building a defensive item makes sense, but the thing about this is you want to be able to get ahead rather than playing even, and I mean, that's a choice that you always have to make every single game. Are you gonna be building defensive items, or are you gonna be building aggressive items? That is the question. And I kind of was hoping for a bit more aggressive items for Queen of Pain, purely because the whole fighting fire with fire thing is going to be needed. There's not really any other source that has got that much damage. Juggernaut is actually going for an Aghanim rather than anything else. Normally we see phase boots with an Aghanim, so at least have some damage. Because, I mean, if you jump around 12 times, it means great, but if you don't have any damage... then that's not good, of course. We saw a discussion about Snow White in the chat. Interesting. RP! Only up on Venomancer though, that is a bit sad. Venomancer is gonna die, but you know, that's a bit sad. Venomancer is still not level 6, otherwise he would have had a great opportunity to get himself a poison over on everybody. We see Ken looking for the bear, drum charge being used, split earth upon a wind runner, Sonic Wave. Burster down, but the Aegis is there. We'll be back just in a moment. We still have the Omni Slash from the Juggernaut getting silenced up now. Shackle doesn't latch on Ken, running himself away, and it looks like MUFC are still here, keeping the pressure on. The Haitian of Queen of Pain is going to be running out soon, and she's going to be going back because she hasn't got that much mana left, so she just runs herself back to base. Gale going to be hitting on the bear. The tower will still go down, of course. That is going to be Windrunner picking that one up, as we don't have really an engagement spell for AFD. Wow. I mean, they still have the Omni Slash, but they, like I said, they don't really have any damage to go through. It's only level 1 Omni Slash. You jump 3 times and then you're in between a bundle of heroes that you don't really want to be. But they're at least they're still here. At least they're still holding on. They only lost a tier 2 tower. Towers are once again on even ground. But MUFC, I mean, you see their strength. The only downside for them is that they only RP'd 1 target, which happened to be a support Venomancer. If they would have been getting more, that would have been way more than a tier 2 tower, basically. But the sad truth is they did RP that one sad Venomancer, unfortunately for him, and therefore didn't get the experience from the kill that they had. Well, he did get level 6, I guess, and they didn't really get a kill. They only got the Aegis. I guess it doesn't really give any experience. We have 1500 gold up on the Windrunner, by the way, and our Force Staff is ready as well. Okay, yes. Kill steal the creep. Got the Lifestealer still going for the armlet. Like I said, I mean, he's still getting his items up a bit late, but better late than never, I guess. And I mean, the net worth difference is just, it is there. It shows in 4k gold in favor of MUFC, but it is a lot more than you otherwise would. RP actually being used to stop Lifestealer from TPing out, and he will be going down, or will he not? And that's gonna be him still going down. Yeah. Sheever will help out. Magnus picks up the kill, and of course, I mean, it's a nice pickup. They do give up a tier 2 tower, tier 1 tower for it. It looks like actually no, that one is not going to be going down. The Edict actually there. Now it's in range, but he has to run. Split Earth on the Slash Ling. You're gonna be going down if he's not careful. The mechanism will help out though. Burrow's like up on the Juggernaut, and that huge nuke that Visage had is not going to be helping out killing off Juggernaut for now. At least still alive for now. We still have another burst strike in a second, though. Will it be enough is the question. And it might be the healing ward is going to be picked off there, and that is going to be Rave Blue having his Blade Fury up in 7 seconds. Is it going to be enough? 7 seconds. We have got another burst strike first, though, and that is going to be a kill. Stuns are there, and Visage gets revenge. And Visage, of course, staying alive as Lone Druid decides to take down a tier 2 tower by himself on the top lane. And we still had the Windrunner going down in the mid lane. I didn't really follow that. I followed someone else, of course. But it is still a 1-for-1 trade. Not bad, I guess. But losing the tower in the process, not worth it. As we have got a second mechanism being built up by Ling. And actually, like, normally I would say something like that is maybe a mistake. But we've actually seen this yesterday as well. In a game of Eastern or Western Dota, I should say, where it was actually Na'Vi that picked themselves up two mechanisms purely for allowing the pushing power, because of course the auras don't stack, but the heals do. So if you're getting attacked and you've got your Sonic Wave and your Omni Slash going through and the Poison Nova as well, I mean that's a lot of AoE damage, but if you use your 2 max, you're back to full HP and you can just continue pushing. Tower goes down as Lone Druid gets himself another one. That's 2 last hits on towers in a very short period of time. And he looks to be going for another build on the Maelstrom, as we saw that last game as well. And that is actually the Maelstrom completed indeed on the Courier, and Bear picks it up. There we go. And still has got himself 1500 gold. So a pretty damn rich Bear as we see them pushing onto the bottom lane. And I think that these are looking to TP soon, because I think that there's gonna be
Haste.
an attempt for a tier 3 tower. Bear, skewer down to the low ground. Hello, Leshrac, bye Leshrac. And they actually could do this. They of course have got a bit of vision on the map. They see that there's 2 in the mid lane that they might want to try and force back. They know that Ken is still there. And hello. I mean, the fortification is not there. There's the first TP, is gonna be the Juggernaut. But the tower already down to half HP just for free. Juggernaut doing what he can. Has to be careful though. There is still an RP. There we go, and it gets to 3. Skewer down to the low ground. Impale, Burrow strikes, everything, and that is gonna be 3 dead and 4 dead in total. Leshrac just came back alive though. He's gonna be able to land a split earth, but after that he has to run for his life. It is gonna be a brilliant RP for MUFC. MUFC gets themselves the Rex and might actually get themselves the game with this, because what is AFD gonna do now? I mean, they just lost Rex, lost a lot of lives, don't have money to buy back, otherwise they would have, don't have their items up yet to fight back, and are gonna be in a tough position even more than they were before. There's not any other lanes pushing in for MUFC, so that's basically the comfort that AFD has, because that's stopping MUFC from pushing in other lanes for now. But it looks like they're just gonna be doing the same thing here on the middle lane and just gonna be taking the creep wave and just moving towards that base. There is no RP yet up for another minute. Maybe they want to wait for that? Could be. We have, however, got the mechanism up on the Visage if the Courier brings it towards him. And Windrunner almost has got himself her sheep stick. Well, I say almost. Still needs the biggest item though. Shackle. That's an awkward shackle. Queen of Pain goes down though, but that was a shackle basically, and that was also a pretty overkill epicenter, but we're gonna forget about that. And sorry for calling the Impale, the Burrow Strike, etc. vice versa. It just looks the same. It's also spikes from the ground. But that's the same. If I say Impale, I mean Burrow Strike. Impale, Burrow Strike. Impale is shorter. There we go. That's the reason why I say it. But yeah, push continues on. No RP for another 15 seconds, but I don't think they're too sad about that. The Shrek gonna be playing it very careful. There's of course an Omni Slash. There's gonna be a lot of carefulness to make sure they don't get caught out by the RP. But is it gonna be enough is the question. Bear goes down, that's nice, but Bear is gonna be able to get resummoned. And with the wards there, they are able to force MUFC back, so nicely done. Tower still taking some damage. I said forcing them back, but they actually just went to pick up the next creep wave. With now also a Vlad's up on the Bear. And that is gonna be another push coming in. Let's see how far they're gonna get this time. They need, of course, that RP. They know that people are hanging around in the back. They need that vision. That's where the familiars come in handy. They're also gonna, of course, land a lot of burst damage up on that tower. With the Burrow Strike actually hitting up on the Leshrac, taking a shockwave as well. Bro, BKB on for the Queen of Pain, wants to go for Winter. Winter hides himself, runs away, nice entangle, and there's the RP. It hits up on 3. Oh! That was an awkward skewer, but it misses everything, doesn't matter, everybody still goes down. Leshrac, Queen of Pain, Juggernaut all on the sidelines, no buybacks for any of those. And that should be a tower and Rex going down, because what can a Venomancer and a Lifestealer really do? Nothing. Well, Lifestealer is actually pushing top. He got himself a tower, which is nice, but is he? He's not going to be able to push faster than MUFC. KS is going to go down there. Boom. You're dead. It is going to be MUFC that will take the second lane of Rex, and will probably also therefore force out a GG. But we'll find out that if AFD is really going to do that by the looks of it, because they're still having high hopes. They're going to be trying to do something here. We do, however, have got Sand King hanging around. Should he come too close? Or is he just waiting for his epicenter? That might just be the case. Burrow Strike epicenter up on the Sand King might just be exactly what he's waiting for, sitting in the smoke there. Let's see. I know, they're still fighting bottom, or not fighting bottom, they're clearing out things bottom. Come on, Winter. Winter?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Tier 3 tower top goes down.
Top barracks are under attack.
Oh no, Winter doesn't do anything. And the rage TP out from Ken. Well, that's that then, as we have got Queen of Pain looking for a pickup, but blink away from Magnus. I mean, this is the time to get those retreating kills, as Queen of Pain finds himself the bear. Invisibility room for the Magnus, though. Exactly what you wanted at a time like this, but there is a sentry ward here. You can't really walk past that one. They do get the Queen of Pain, though. They don't get the Queen of Pain. What am I saying? Where did the Magnus go? He blinked himself away again. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower
Fair enough. Fair enough. But 2 sets of Rex down. AFD still have hope, so therefore I have hope too. Just it's a steep way up. It's a steep way up. We have got the gold graph going towards the 10k in favor of MUFC, experience graph towards the 12k of MUFC. And it's tough. I mean, the Aghanims is not yet down on the Juggernaut, and even when it is done, where is this damage gonna come from? Because as I said, you can jump around, but if you don't have damage, you're just not doing anything at all. Apart from just making yourself invulnerable for killing, but, you know, that's nice, but it's not what you want to do. Queen of Pain, of course, is doing okay with the BKB. We saw that earlier, going for a sheepstick as well. But still a very long way off from that one, as we have got MUFC not wanting to give AFD any more breathing space. And they're gonna be going for the tower. And the tier 2 was dropped down earlier. Apparently that one wasn't down before that other push, because... Oh, Burrow Strike. Oh, Leshrac, you're dead. Boom. Lone Druid actually getting at the power shot missed, or at least was going through when he already died because of the electric shocks that the bear was able to dash out. Ken going for the bear. The bear is gonna be getting resummoned though. 100 gold going the way of Lifestealer, giving him some hope that he can still get some items up at some point. But the bear goes down, gold goes the way of Lone Druid. Burrow Strike up on the Venomancer, who is gonna be able to get his ultimate up before he goes down. That's Knight at least, but that's an RP hitting up on 2. Skewers down Ken only. It is gonna be Ken that is gonna be able to do a lot. Look at that Only Slash actually doing something here. Is it gonna be enough though? There goes Ken. Windward already going down, but Link, the Visage, able to clean up. Monster killing streak from him. And it's gonna be still a kill going the way of the Queen of Pain, picking up the Magnus. Epicenter being charged up, but oh, might be able to do something to Leshrac here. Is indeed gonna be able to help Leshrac getting that up, but Queen of Pain coming in with a shout. Gets a triple kill and an ultra kill with picking up the Sand King now as well. And that is only Windrunner left alive. I say that, but she's actually the one that bought back. Great fight back from AFD. Great way to come back, but is it gonna be enough? Because there's creeps hitting their throne. And that is something that you're gonna have to defend. And there's only Queen of Pain to defend it. And Queen of Pain is actually in some trouble. And Venomancer is also helping her out. And this is just Ari trying to delay this. That's all that she needs. Nice shackle! Here comes a stun from a Visage perhaps as well upon the Venomancer. It actually misses, but the Queen of Pain dead. The defense of the throne, I know, pun intended, is gonna be there. And that is gonna be Windrunner going for... I don't think she can do this. She just has to run. Delaying people more, gets a kill on the Venomancer while she's there. Shackle, it's Ari! What you doing, buddy? Open wounds! He does have a force staff though. Mechanism is gonna help out. There's a force staff helping out as well, and that is gonna be him staying alive, able to throw out some more harassment. The throne is almost down, as we saw that one being taken down, but it was just more entertaining to see Ari doing crazy stuff there. And there's not going to be an RP for another 3 seconds, so that's that. Burrow Strike hits upon Ken. Open wounds again upon Ari, who's hanging around here. The Windrun is there, though. There goes the RP, and Ken is going to be the one to drop. And that is going to be Lifestealer out of the picture. Juggernaut still there, though, as decides to Omni Slash again. Gets himself the Windrunner. So finally, Ari goes down. Refresh her. Another RP is going to be helping out if it's needed. Is not needed. It is not needed. Or is it? Juggernaut is still going to go down. There he goes. Mission complete after killing off the Windrunner. The creeps, though, are doing the works. It is KS that gets dropped down. It is MUFC that's gonna be victorious and gonna be securing their place in the winners bracket finals. Well, this is the winners bracket finals. They're gonna be securing their place in the grand finals as Leshrac gets himself an RP and a Sonic Wave. Well, coming in to take down a Magnus still, but PewDiePie still going down. But that was a best out of 3. AFD showing a brilliant performance in the first game. MUFC though dominating game 1. The game 2 as well. AFD, they got their stuff together a bit too late. I mean, we saw them fighting back. We saw them getting a team wipe up on MUFC too late for them to do anything with it. It was just, I mean, it was just too much. If they got their items up earlier, if their laning went better, they might have been able to do a bit more, but they couldn't, and they didn't, and they lost. They're going to be having a chance to go up against MUFC again, though. It depends on if they win their losers bracket finals. The losers bracket finals are gonna be between AFD, April Fool's Day, and either Orange or a VC Gaming 1, and best out of ones only though for losers bracket game. So it's gonna be really exciting game, and I hope it's gonna be a really exciting game. It's gonna be later this week. Keep an eye on SheeverGaming.com for all the games that are upcoming and that are gonna be happening today and tomorrow, as well as for finding all the VODs of all the previous games, as tomorrow casts for me are gonna be for the ATOD, so the reverse captains mode competition. It's gonna be starting at 5 PM CEST time. For now, I'm gonna suggest you watching the EMS 01, as that should be some great games, but you can also watch replay, which is going on right now up on Beyond Summer's channel. And thank you for watching, and yeah, I hope you have a great day. This was, of course, the Netolic Pro League from the East. If you want to find out more about that, you go to netolic-raidcall.com, so check that out, and stick around for watching some commercials and then watching some Dota elsewhere on a different tab in your browser. But anyways, let's jump ourselves out of this game. Stick around.